not hellish day, but a day that one might say was less fortunate. We've got this huge crack going across the rented vehicle that we're in. The damage to the vehicle is growing every day.
Oh my god, this wind is so strong!
And look at it. I still feel quite confident that it can't get any worse than what it is now. I mean, look at it. Never a good start, is it?
We're gonna get the hell out of here! Oh my god! Almost there.
Welcome back to the channel. We're Janine and Liam Day, aka Those Happy Days, who have been doing full-time van life for over 2 years in the UK. We have currently brought our van life adventures over to Ireland, as we are doing the Wild Atlantic Way, the largest coastal road in the world. Last time you saw us, we started off the Wild Atlantic Way vlogs with some major damage to the windscreen of our rental campervan conversion. This week, as we make our way to the Dingle Peninsula, our luck gets worse. But will we let it affect our spirits, as our Irish adventure continues to get more extreme? Our journey this week starts off on a wild beach in the southwest of Ireland and an encounter with the world's most famous tramp.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. We are on the southwest coast of Ireland. I had to think about that then for a second. We're in so many different places all the time. We're on the Wild Atlantic Way and this is the second part of our big journey along it, or third part, I can't remember. Anyway, we're in a place called Waterville, which sounds strangely like an American sitcom you'd see on Netflix or something like that, but it's actually a beautiful sort of seaside town. Wild still. We're actually camped right on next to a golf course on a beautiful beach, another epic park up. Janine said maybe another one of the top 2 park ups of all time. This is famous because this is Charlie Chaplin's favourite holiday spot. So it's got some Charlie Chaplin sort of esqueness to it. Charlie Chaplin walk and some murals and all that sort of business. It's wonderful. Really is a nice place. We arrived yesterday after what was quite a not hellish day, but a day that one might say was less fortunate with regards to filming YouTube videos. We woke up in a beautiful location on the second peninsula. Now the Wild Atlantic Way is a load of segregated peninsulas. That's what it is really. The coast goes all around these beautiful stunning peninsulas, and we were on the second peninsula, I believe it was. Parked up, was it Sheep's Head? I can't remember, we'll put it up on the screen. And we parked up there, went to bed, it was a beautiful evening, woke up the next morning and it was torrential rain. And that rain pretty much didn't stop all day, apart from a few little windows. So filming, as anyone will know who's a YouTuber or whatever, in that sort of conditions is very, very difficult. No drones, no cameras, no nothing. So it's very, very difficult. Either way, we started filming. We continued through our day as if it was like a normal day. We went over one of the most significant points that we've heard being referred to as the third best view in the whole of Ireland, called Healy Pass on that peninsula, and it was completely zero visibility. We could tell that it was beautiful though, because there's waterfalls and stuff knocking about everywhere. Either way, once again, we continued over that quite dangerous mountain pass, but very beautiful. Headed down into a town called Bantry. The bit of good luck that we found that day was that there was a place where we could get a shower. That meant we didn't need to go to a campsite. This place was a spa slash leisure centre. And they do, for about a tenner per person, you can go and have a steam room, a sauna, a swim, a jacuzzi and a shower, and that's exactly what we did. They also have an adjoining motorhome park to that we didn't stay in. We wild camped obviously, but their motorhome park you can pay a tenner again and you can stay there as well. And they've got a water tap, which I used anyway and filled up because I thought we're using the leisure centre, we might as well. So up to that point, bit of bad luck at the start of the day. Then we went to the spa. Better luck, got everything drying off. Whilst everything was drying off, our towels, our swim shorts and all that sort of stuff, they had a local market on. We walked around this market and then got some nice food, went to some nice stalls, met some nice people. Another really nice thing that happened yesterday was that there was a market stall owner named Ali. If you're watching this, God bless you, sir. He's an Indian guy, Rajasthani, he's literally from Rajasthan in Jaipur. And he recognised us from a market that we went to previously in Kinsale, which is the very starting place of the whole Wild Atlantic Way. And couldn't because he recognised us and we were being very friendly with him, he gave Janine some jewellery. It was so nice. The jewellery represents me and Janine being two peas in a pod. Beautiful silver jewellery with these lapis lazuli gems, semi-precious stones, and absolutely fantastic. So we had a really nice time there, but what the bad luck wasn't just the weather. The weather then kicked back in again. So we had a short window of sunshine and then it kicked back in with just solid wall-to-wall rain. Was that the crack on our front windscreen, the one that we showed you about. If you don't know, watch the previous video. We've got this huge crack going across the rented vehicle that we're in, and it's given us the heebie-jeebies. Has grown by about an inch, 2 inches, and it really freaked us out. You know when something plays on your mind, you just don't know what the answer is. We know what the answer is when you get a crack like that. You need a new windscreen. If we found somewhere that could get us a windscreen, we would stop and do it, even at the behest of this trip. We know that it would potentially end this trip because it would take so long to sort out. So our job was to find a place to get it replaced. Because firstly, we thought it was dangerous. We thought the whole thing's going to come caving in. Secondly, it's a rented vehicle and we want to get it sorted. And that it's growing. The crack is bloody growing every day. The damage to the vehicle is growing every day. Anyway, Janine had a genius idea about calling ahead at a town that we're going to later on in the journey in a few days' time, called Galway, or a city of Galway. She found somewhere that does windscreens, a specialist there, got him on the phone and said, can you order us in a T6 windscreen? And he came on the phone and said, look, that's going to cost you a fortune. May I ask? He said, firstly, the people that you rented the van off, they'll sort it out for you. And we're like, yeah, but we need to get it sorted. The crack is growing by the day. And he said, what is your rush to get it sorted? We said, it's dangerous. He said, why is it in your vision, in the driver's eye vision? We said, no, it's down at the lower part of the windscreen. It's not affecting the vision or the sight of the driver at all. And he said, so what's the issue then? Because it will not cause you any danger whatsoever. It was a fantastic phone call. It relieved us. He said you'll be completely fine going through the rest of the journey and taking it all the way back to the Cotswolds in England. So we're going to now continue and go on with it as it is. It might grow a little bit and we're just gonna have to take that on the chin. I've spoke to the renters already and they said it's okay. But yeah, it was just a day of just rain. It was everywhere we stopped, it was just solid rain. We couldn't film, so we decided to give ourselves a mini day off. I wanted to cheer Janine up, so we managed to, as we were driving along, we found an amazing, incredible chocolatier in the middle of nowhere in the forest. That did the most incredible vegan mochachinos. So I cheered Janine up with that and she was very happy. And then yeah, we're now on this new peninsula on the Ring of Kerry, it's called. I do believe it's called the Ring of Kerry, at this place called Waterville. We've woken up today. I can't say that the weather's much better, except now there is a window of no rain. So today we are going onwards. We are filming today. We're going to crack on and just do it. Anyway, crack. I've got to stop using that word. It's a very used word in Ireland. And we're going to go along this peninsula today. We're going to go to an island that's, I don't know how we're going to get to, whether it's a boat or a bridge yet. And hopefully we're going to see some wildlife. And then we're going to go to the most famous peninsula, I think, on the whole of this trip. It's the next one along. There's a lot to see and do there. I'm so excited about it. I know now that this is going to be probably one of the highlights of the whole trip that we're going to do over the next couple of days. I'm really excited about it. So just pray for good weather for us so we can film it all and show you. And yeah, let's get cracking.
We are totally feeling optimistic today and we're going to go beach hopping, check out some beaches. We're also going to go to an island and it's going to be brilliant and the rain is going to stop. God, We literally went to the toilets and we were going to do a 10-minute walk to go and see these gorgeous cliffs. But it's the rain, honestly. You go out there for like a second and you get completely drenched. So we're giving the walk a miss, which is such a shame because they're apparently the nicest cliffs in, like the nicest viewpoint or the nicest cliffs in this area or something.
Maybe we can come back to it.
Yeah, maybe we'll come back, but there's no way I'm walking for 10 minutes in this. I just got drenched being out there in like 10 seconds, so. Yeah, so we're gonna go off. We're gonna try and find some dry things to do today, I think. As well. Driving and maybe, I don't know.
Just praying for sunshine.
Yeah, I've got a good feeling the sun's gonna come out.
Can't get any worse anyway, can it?
No.
Look at it.
Show you how much I love you.
It's funny how we started this sort of day off by saying, yeah, yesterday was a write-off. Today, though, it's going to be great. And that's just pure bloody British optimism. And look at it. I still feel quite confident that it can't get any worse than what it is now. I mean, look at it.
Oh my God.
So the crackers has grown 2 inches, and I'm wondering it's because we're putting hot air to try and clear the mist from the condensation from the fact of the weather, and then the cold rain's falling on it. It's caused that to do it. So I'm only going to blow cold air on it from now on. Even though it doesn't pose a threat, it's not nice to see it having grown 2 inches. Anyway, this is Portmagee.
We headed on into the beautiful little town of Portmagee to pull over and make a rain plan for the day.
We're in the car a lot today. I think it's gonna be one of those car days until the rain goes from being heavy to moderate, never really stops. So it's actually worse than yesterday. But we're in Portmagee Portmagee, and from what I read, this is one of the prettiest little villages in the whole of Ireland, and I think they're quite right about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a cafe, as we do, have a hot drink and something comforting, as we do, and try and work out what the hell we're going to do on such a rainy day. But the good news is we're opposite our destination for now, which is Valentia Island, which looks pretty cool, and there is a bridge that joins it. So things are looking up.
We headed to Skellig Seafront Cafe to warm up with an oat latte and watch the view from the window. But don't worry, we aren't letting the rain spoil our fun today. So with Jurassic Park in our hearts, we headed off to do something prehistoric that we haven't ever done before. What's next then, Liam?
How about going and see some dinosaur footprints? I've never seen dinosaur footprints before, have you?
No, oh my God.
Jurassic Park.
That sounds awesome.
It's also very weather dependent, Janine, so let's just go and try a look, eh?
Rain or no rain, I want to see dinosaur footprints.
So we're going to do something today, though, right?
I know. Okay, so apparently on that island right opposite us, on the other side of the island, there is somewhere where apparently you can see dinosaur footprints, which to me sounds like the most amazing thing ever, because when do you ever get to see a dinosaur footprint? So we're gonna head over there now, and rain or no rain, literally I don't care if it's raining, if there's dinosaur footprints, I want to see them. And I have no idea what they're going to be like. Are they going to be that big, or are they going to be massive? I don't know, but we're going to go and find out anyway. Portmagee is a village in County Kerry on the Healy Peninsula. The village is known locally as the Ferry Point, but since 1970, the Maurice O'Neill Memorial Bridge means you can drive straight onto Valentia Island, and that's exactly where we are heading now. Driving through the scenic island, we pulled up at the Tetrapod Trackway. Right, we're here at the Tetrapod Trackway to go down to see these dinosaur things. We're just going to embrace the rain and go for it. Are you ready for it?
It just seems, the weather just seems to be getting worse, but we're doing stuff today, we are. I'm determined to go and see. I've never seen dinosaur footprints before, so we're going to go and bloody see them. We're on an alarmingly steep cliff, parked here, it's chucking it down outside, but I'm feeling optimistic.
Go for it.
Ready?
Go.
Let's go. You've got to come as well.
Okay, let's do this. Oh, the rain stopped. Oh, I can't get out. Can you help?
Oh, come on.
It stopped for me.
It did. Yeah, well, hurry up. It might start again. Can't you get up?
Is there anyone out there? Anyone? I tried it all, nothing breaks the fall. Slowly fall into your arms. Is there anyone out there? Anyone? I've known myself and hid the scars. Now I'm reaching to stay in your arms.
Almost there. Whew, this is it.
Oh, dentures in here. This is what they look like, look.
We haven't seen any puffins, but we've seen a slug.
I don't know if
Very windy, but I think we've seen some dinosaur footprints over here. Just down here. These look like tetrapod footprints. And yeah, not like the Tyrannosaurus Rex ones that you'd think in your head, but they still count as dinosaur footprints. I think there's some more over there as well on the right. So yeah, not quite Tyrannosaurus Rex or Velociraptors, but they'll do. They'll definitely do. Still impressive. And look at this beautiful, dramatic sort of woman in a pink jacket. No, beautiful dramatic cliffs here as well, with all the sediment and all of the years, the millions of years that they've been forming and stuff. Very, very nice. But yeah, you can see them. So that's why you come to the north of Valentia Island, to see the tetrapod footprints.
is there anyone out there?
So that was the dinosaur footprints done. Not Tyrannosaurus Rexes or Velociraptors, but tetrapods, which Janine's just referred to as Tetra Paks. She's had too many oat milks in her life. She just sees everything as a Tetra Pak from now on. Oh dear. Anyway, steep climb back up to the car, to the van, and we're off to the next thing.
We made our way off the island, keeping a careful eye on our window screen crack, which unfortunately seems to be getting bigger. Feeling hungry, we decided to head off to one of the multitude of beautiful locations nearby for somewhere to eat. The road was narrow and hugged the edge of a mountain and cliff, and it really struck us that Ireland is so jaw-droppingly stunning that no matter how much bad weather is thrown at us, it's still one of the most incredible views we have ever seen.
We did get a view a second ago. Let's get this on. Despite the weather, that is a cracking place to have a bit of food. See, we're making the best of it, aren't we, Janine, eh? The rain is not going to beat us, and this is a beautiful spot. One of the most beautiful spots. So dramatic. It makes me just feel like having pasta, doesn't it you?
I'm so hungry.
I'm going to have to go outside to go back in again, so I'm going to get drenched.
Okay, so through all this rainy day and the ups and the downs, we are going to make some food, and I am so ready for this. I'm so hungry. You know when it's cold outside and raining and you just want to sit somewhere warm and eat pasta? That's exactly how I feel right now. We are in Rossbeigh Beach and it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't tell you, honestly, the drive down here was amazing, and just the scenery is gorgeous and the beach is really nice too. Okay, cool, so the kettle's on. What we're having today is pasta, and at the market yesterday we saw these and we picked up a couple of tins. It's carbonara sauce in a tin, and so because we need something easy to make, because we don't have any of the usual spices that we're used to or any of the kitchen equipment that we're used to, we need some easy things to make. So we picked up these. We don't know if it's going to be any good or not. It could be rank, but it could be really nice as well. So we're going to give it a go. I hope it's really nice because I'm so hungry.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank. It ain't that long till I'm back at the farm. I'm pulling up the truck down at the dock.
Never a good start, is it?
It's alright, Percy Priest is the spot.
I do hope that melts.
We're on a boat, we're feeling fine, drinking Tennessee whiskey.
Actually, it's less offensive tasting than it looks. It's not too bad, that.
Looking good, Liam.
Yeah, that's tinned vegan carbonara. That's out of date, with some Irish vegan sausages and some crispy onions on top. Enjoy.
Oh my god, this wind is so strong. It's incredible. I don't think we're going to go for a walk here. I think we're going to get the hell out of here. My god, I can't even get in. I'm trying.
We came, we ate, but unfortunately we didn't conquer. There are big sand dunes adorning this pretty beach, but it's another one to save for a future trip when the weather is better. The Wild Atlantic Way and west coast of Ireland is known for unpredictable conditions, and our guess is that you can spend many years exploring this wonderful corner of the world and still not see all of it. So for now, onwards we travel to the Dingle Peninsula and the very unique Inch Beach. Oh wow, look at that view.
This is a good one, eh?
Oh, it's so nice.
We found our first Irish beach that you can actually friggin' drive on, which is amazing.
Yes.
I wonder how far we can go down there.
I'd probably just stay here.
Stay here and walk
Yeah.
it. All right.
I used to falling in love with love, but I'm breaking my habit 'cause you turn me on to my heart's desire. Now I'm dying to let you know what I feel is some kind of wonderful, some kind of magical woman. My love's for real. I need to show you right now. Take a look at me now. I can't explain for the life of me what you did to me when I met you last summer. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me and we're walking on cloud nine. Wide awake and the step that I take is to celebrate when my heart is discovered. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me and we're walking on cloud nine. Yeah, we're walking on cloud nine.
Well, remember this place, it's called Inch on the Dingle Peninsula, and it's bloody brilliant because you can drive your van on the beach. I only wish that we had Morgan with us because I love driving our van on the beach, but still, this has been bloody brilliant. We managed to get some exercise in despite the quite strong winds, and we feel totally refreshed now. Actually, the day's moving along quite a lot. We spent a lot of the time rained off today. So what we're going to do is do one of the most epic drives of the Dingle Peninsula. We're going to loop all round the head of the peninsula. We're going to go to a film location, hopefully see the film location, and then we're going to come back on ourselves and we're going to end the day just right. It's a Saturday and I feel like having a beer. What about you? Yeah. You?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been one of those days, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hit the road. Let's get see as much as we can, and let's go to the pub.
Oh, we're walking on cloud nine.
And we found it. Did not take too much searching for. Dingle Peninsula, Padi O Se's. We're in a small village, and the pub is the main place in the village by the looks of it. It's got quite a crowd here. There's quite a few people here as well. So we're in the car park of it, and apparently, if the website's anything to go by, we can park here overnight. So, as we're here, I really fancy a Guinness or two. You, Janine?
Yeah, I'll go for a Guinness.
And I think we deserve it. You know, even though the sun's just come out, it's evening time now, and we spent the whole day in the rain and the wind. So it's definitely beer o'clock. Definitely.
Padi O Se's pub is famous on the western part of Ireland as it's named after the Gaelic football legend by the same name. The pub reminded us of stepping back in time in the UK. The walls were adorned with wonderful sporting photos from across the decades in Ireland and afar. It was packed to the rafters, full of locals and some tourists alike, all watching the sport, eating, drinking and having a good time. Me and Liam have many special memories of when English pubs used to be like this, and one day we hope they will be again. And the Guinness was delicious.
Well, that's Padi O Se's done. We spent a good probably 5 hours in there. I don't know how that happened. We just ended up meeting people, had a cracking time. Thank you to the person who recommended that, whoever that lady was, down on Curracloe Beach in the southeast of Ireland. It was a good crack. It was a good crack. Really enjoyed it. Few Guinnesses, few Bulmers, and yeah. Right, now it's bedtime because tomorrow we've got some more travelling to do, and this is where we're stopping tonight. Padi O Se's car park. Very, very, very motorhome, campervan friendly. Good night, everybody.
When the sunlight hits my face, it won't be long till the time I can't forget when I felt strong. But until the night I'm in your arms again.
Good morning from the Dingle Peninsula. We are outside, camped outside Padi O Se's pub, and even though it's not raining now, it's on and off raining again. Let's get a bit of that mark off there. So there is a storm that's passing over the whole of Ireland at the moment. It's very, very unfortunate for filming. Hence the Guinnesses last night. What a lovely evening though, to go to a proper pub. One thing that we still want though is we want traditional Irish music. Even though we went to the Temple Bar in Dublin and had some Irish music there, we still don't feel like we've had the really traditional stuff, and that's what we're looking for. I am not leaving this flipping country till we find it. Right now we're having lots of technical issues with YouTube and our equipment and the drone. I can't tell you, it's like the gremlins have crawled into the van this morning. So we're going to go to the local Dingle Town, Dingle Harbour, where we're going to have signal and stuff, and we can get things sorted. From there we're going to make a plan for the day. The idea today is to go and see as much of Dingle as possible. There is that film location that we wanted to show you. If you're a sci-fi fan, you're going to love it. And yeah, and see one of the best peninsulas in the whole of Ireland. So let's get going.
We headed off to the quaint but lively Dingle Town, mainly for internet. However, it would be rude not to have a stroll and pick up some coffees and a giant plant-based cookie from the local vegetarian cafe whilst here. We then drove to the nearby Beehive caves, which are stone dwellings believed to be thousands of years old. With so much to do, we made our way around the coast to our next stop. Lo and behold, the sun has made an appearance today, and we definitely plan on soaking up some rays, as we don't know how long she will be shining for.
Wow, we've landed on our friggin' feet here. This is I can't remember the name of the beach, but it's a beautiful beach when we came in. So if you go down the cliff, you go to one of the most beautiful beaches we've seen so far, and then if you go up here, I think this is called Dunnes Head or Dunmore Head, up here, and this is a film location. We'll go and have a look and then we'll reveal the film. That has to be one of the best beaches in Ireland, surely.
Yeah, I think so.
My God, this beach is absolutely, it's like paradise. It's got this sheer rock face at the back. Gorgeous golden sandy beach with big crystal clear water and big waves coming in. And it's just everyone's having so much fun as well. It is absolutely gorgeous.
I don't care who you are or where you're from, that is one of the nicest beaches I've ever seen. My God, Ireland, you've really thrown one out of the bag. And we've heard that that's not even the best beach in Ireland, but for us, so far, that is absolutely mega.
We made our way up the hill in search of a famous film location and was rewarded with some incredible views of the dramatic coastline, distant mountains diving into the blue sea, juxtaposed with the green hills lined with purple heather flowers. The scenery here is mind-blowing and well worth the short, steep uphill walk. We headed to the Star Wars viewpoint and discovered from talking to others that there are Star Wars locations all across the Wild Atlantic Way, even the places we have already unknowingly been. But here we have two famous locations. Luke Skywalker's home island, aka Skellig Island, is out to sea, and here is where Luke famously milked a sea cow. I'll have to admit I've never seen Star Wars, and this sounds really weird to me. However, I presume that all you Trekkie fans, Star Wars fans, know what I'm talking about. All of this area is home to Luke Skywalker, and there seems to be a lot of Star Wars fans up here today, looking out over the cliffs, waiting to catch a glimpse of something Jedi. We also heard that during one of his breaks, Chewbacca went to the local school dressed in character to surprise the children. In return, they all played the Star Wars theme tune on their tin pipes, or so we hear anyway. Liam always uses movie locations to persuade me to watch a corresponding film. So after telling him that I really didn't want to watch Star Wars tonight, we headed back for a bite to eat and to bask in the long-awaited sun with a view to die for. Now this is what we call bliss.
That was short-lived.
But what did we see before it chucked it down?
We were eating our food out there and we spotted dolphins in the distance. So I went to grab my camera and then it just started chucking it, like literally the heavens have opened. And we had to run in and save the food. Whew.
You gotta admit, even though it's chucking it down, we managed to get up to see the Star Wars location and we saw dolphins. So I was really good. I did actually want to swim as well, but I don't know if that's going to happen now.
Shortly after the downpour, it was beautiful sunshine again, so we quickly headed off to the next location, which is called Dunquin Pier, which offers more outstanding scenery. We grabbed a quick coffee from the coffee van and took some pictures before jumping back in the van to sadly leave the Dingle Peninsula for good.
Okay, so just looking at it, so obviously we're into the evening section of our trip now. The crack has grown by 1 centimetre today, not an inch. So yesterday was about 2 inches when it grew. So we're lucky for that. And we have seen some of the most beautiful sights on the Dingle Peninsula. By far, for me, the most epic part of. I can see why there's so many tourists about. The most epic part of the trip so far, probably. But now what we've got to do is there's a part of the coast that you can't drive along, and it's just up here. So this bit up here you can't drive along it. So we're going to have to cut back into Dingle Town, and then what you do is you go over the Connor Pass, which is one of the top things to do in Dingle. So the last thing that we're doing today, probably before we have to go and find a park up, is do the Connor Pass, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's like one of the top things to do. But it's nice to do it. You need good weather for it. So once again, not that our luck's been the best with weather on this section of the trip. Let's go for it.
Our last thing to do on the Dingle Peninsula was Connor's Pass, one of the highest paved passes in Ireland, with potential mind-blowing views across County Kerry and beyond. But it was clear as we made the steep climb that the weather would win once again. We pulled in next to a gushing waterfall on the pass, and despite it being the wettest time we think we've ever had in a camper van, we didn't feel disappointed. Ireland is as stunning as it is because of all this rain. It literally paints the rugged green landscape in front of us. Enjoying the windy drive down the pass, it was time to find a park up, and Liam had a look of one last surprise on his face as we descended. We drove towards the city of Limerick, and the landscape changed again to flatter estuary-like terrain as we pulled into a tiny side road and parked up at the bottom of a beautiful white windmill. This was our first ever windmill park up, and we absolutely loved it. The view from our bedroom window has once again changed to something dramatic. Never mind the weather and never mind the rain, we will wake up tomorrow and start our Irish adventure once again.
Hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.